What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Barris Batch. If you're new here, please make sure to follow us on our socials. We have Spotify, Apple Music, same name, and Instagram, same name, pod at the end, Barris Batch Pod. But today we're going to be reviewing Kalki. We just got out of the theater. It's behind us. We paid, what, $30?
$30.
And premieres in IMAX and everything. So best sound quality, best screen.
Yep. And I even told them to increase the volume.
Yeah, which they for sure didn't listen to, but it's fine. So we'll give a one-sentence summary and then we'll do a non-spoiler review on what we liked and didn't like. So Nain first I thought it was good. Above average, I would say. Great first attempt, but it felt short of being amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you, but I think I liked it more. So my main thing is like first half I think koncham okay అనిపించింది interval అప్పుడు, so I thought it was okay, and then I really enjoyed the second half, so I thought the second half really picked up. And then they ended on a bang, obviously, so I liked the second half a lot. That took me up a little bit compared to the first half.
So I have the exact opposite reaction. So I like the first half, so going in, know that this is, the first half is a lot of setup. Ante like stuff isn't exactly happening, ante conflict avanni em undadu, but you're essentially learning about the world of Amitabh Bachchan, Deepika Padukone, and Prabhas.
Kamal Hassan.
Yeah, Kamal Hassan he's there for like some time, but these three characters world building, they show where they live, Kashi, they talk about the complex, Taylor Jupicharu, and it's beautiful the way they did it. Of course there's not much conflict. In the second half I felt that there was actually too much action and the story wasn't moving forward. And each set piece took like 20-30 minutes, so the second half I felt that there was too much action, and I feel like they could have done more with the story given the fact that the movie was 3 hours. That was my reason I didn't like the second half as much, but there's a lot of high moments here and there, a lot of good surprises that the director has kept, which we won't reveal.
I'm leaving on spoilers. First half, so like you were saying, it's a lot of setup, but I do have to say I think the world building that they did is spectacular.
It's insane.
I mean, it's actually, you feel like you are in this place, right? Kasi and like the complex and everything, like it really does a good job of bringing you into the movie and you feel connected like to the film and the characters that are in it. I kind of saw that with Buji and Bhairava. If you guys saw the 15-minute episodes on Prime, they do a good job of that in that also, which kind of gave me hope that they'll do it in the movie, and they succeeded. I think the world building is amazing in the movie. It's not like there's very few holes that you can point at where like you'll find out that it kind of pulls you out of the movie, like that doesn't look good or like that didn't sound right. It's very few things that pull you out. But then the second half, there is a lot of action, which I agree they could have distributed it in a different way, but again, it depends on where they introduce the characters and how the story flows. So I understand why all the action had to be there in the second half. But yeah, second half for me, I think it kind of takes the film up a notch, in my opinion. Like the first half is they're laying the groundwork, they're introducing you to the characters, kind of slowly bringing you into the world, right? They're showing you each character's motivation, like what is Deepika's motivation, what is Prabhas's motivation, like what are they doing in this world? And then the second half kind of just like takes it up a notch, in my opinion.
Yeah, world building is amazing. There's a lot of great characters, some which I felt weren't used correctly. We'll do a spoiler review on our podcast and I'll talk more in depth. But Anna Ben is really good. She plays Kira in the movie. You'll learn more about her and other characters as well. Nagaite, I really liked, like you said, the world building. I mean, it didn't even feel like a Telugu movie at all. Like not once. Actually, oka part untundi. It's pretty rad. Adi okkati tappte.
Okay, you guys know Disha's in the movie also because she's in the trailers.
Yes.
I think that is the worst part of the movie with her.
There's no
scene,
reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see, and everyone has their own opinion. I think most people will agree that that is a roadblock. But it doesn't feel like a Telugu movie, and this is only $7 million USD. That's insane. Imagine if Nag Ashwin had an actual Hollywood budget, the things he could do. And I think it's a great start. I mean, I had higher hopes. I know you didn't have huge hopes, but I had a lot of hopes. Second trailer juicy, I was like, okay, this is going to be amazing. So I think definitely I was a little disappointed, but still a good attempt. This is better than Bahubali 1, I would say. And we all saw what Rajamouli did with Bahubali 2. So every director needs their time and space, but great first attempt.
Yeah, and obviously, like, I mean, everyone knows this also. This is going to be like a cinematic universe. So if I guess the movie does well, then we will get a part 2. And I think in part 2, I'm not going to say that there isn't enough in this. And they're saying, oh, I see everything in part 2. That's not what this movie is. And I think Solar did that, which like I hated. But this movie, there's a lot in it. There's a lot in it. And we didn't even touch on this, the Mahabharatam stuff. Oh, I love that stuff. I think that was the coolest stuff that they showed. There are a few Bokalu in it, but I can't reveal what those are. But one huge
one massive Baka.
We can't reveal that, but that stuff was so cool, man. I loved it. Every time they went back to it and kind of showed Ashwatthama and like where he came from and everything, like I love that stuff. Yeah, and that's like there throughout the movie. It's not like they just show it and they're done. So
so keep in mind, the cinema lo hero undu. Like this is not a Prabhas movie. Like you can't expect that.
yeah,
So I think fans, like, you have to accept the fact that this is a movie with characters. Hero undu. Like Prabhas is equal. I mean, maybe more screen time than Amitabh and Deepika, but impact is the same. Every character has their own impact, and Deepika has a meaty role. All the actors do well. Kamal Hassan does well from what we see of him. Amitabh Bachchan does amazing. Deepika does well. And there's not much dialogues, but expressions the baje istadi. And her dubbing is actually not that bad.
Yeah,
Trailer lo
we were
chusina
surprised.
too.
Yeah.
All the dubbing is, and there's some white actors that are really bad. But
God.
besides them,
Okay, yeah.
I think the dubbing is good. And
No.
Prabhas, after a long time back,
Yes,
and
I gotta agree
even
with that.
looks even better than Star, and also his
Yeah.
comedy timing is great.
Yeah,
He-
I was
yeah,
gonna say
yeah.
you kind of see hints of the old Prabhas,
Like Bujigadu type.
like like the comedy, clowny kind of Prabhas. You see hints of that. Obviously, not everything lands, like all the jokes and everything, but there's a couple times where like I was dying. Like there were some like funny scenes with him.
Kirti
So-
Suresh and Brahmanandam were great
Yeah.
additions as well.
Yeah,
And majority of people can nudge in there. Theater was clapping at the end. Clearly, Nag Ashwin's efforts paid off, and we liked it.
yeah,
But I just think it fell short of being great. An honest opinion is the numb. I know some of you are gonna love it, some of you might not like it, but it's wrong to say this is a bad movie. Like, it's not.
it's not a bad.
What
Not
they
at
did
all.
with that budget, what the actors did,
Yeah.
what the final product looks like is nothing Tollywood has seen. So I'm supporting it. Just honest opinion is namante. So if anyone says it's bad, I fully disagree. But I think it falls short of being amazing. But if you think it's amazing, good for you. And Memo, if you have anything else to say too.
No, I think that's about it. And yeah, I think my favorite character though is Ashwatthama. I gotta say,
easily,
like I loved him. I
Yeah.
thought Amitabh like killed it. Obviously,
was
his
good.
dubbing was on point.
Very
like
good,
that
yeah.
dude, like you can't even tell that he's not a native Telugu speaker.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. Yeah, I loved his character the most. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we can just go into scores if you want to go scores.
So we're going to scores. I mean, I think this movie is a 7.5. Almost to the 8-9 level, but it missed a few things. Kind of 7.5 is what I would give this movie.
Yeah, I would give it an 8. I liked it a little bit more than you did. At the interval point, it would have been a little bit less. But I think the second half just kind of takes things up for me, and that's why I give it an 8.
It's probably the best movie of this year so far. And I don't know
Like
what
in
you think about
Telugu,
Telugu
yeah.
Square.
Yeah,
But
I
think
mean, it's hard to compare. It's hard to
but
compare.
I would
yeah.
say scope and matching expectations. I would say this is probably the best movie of the year.
Yeah,
And I don't see anything really topping this. Nizam Jappanate, like maybe
Yeah.
Pushpa 2.
we'll see.
We'll see.
We got Devara
And
also
Devara,
coming.
yeah, that won't.
Yeah.
Ishmar 2 definitely won't top it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, guys.
But yeah, anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Please subscribe to our channel. You can listen to us on the podcast platforms, Apple and Spotify, if you would like. But please subscribe and like our video. Thank you.
Bye.